All right, everyone. Here is another video I am uploading tonight. Just opening up a series of videos regarding what I have learned from the Book of Enoch so far. So yeah, this video about the punishment against the fallen messengers and against the demons. Yes, the book of Enoch does describe in great detail of what is going to happen to Satan and the fallen messengers and the demons, and their great punishment for what they have done to corrupt mankind in the first place. So I have just wanted to just read to you, what actually in the book of Enoch, what it says about what is going to happen to them. Yahushua the Messiah returns, and that he will execute great judgment upon them. Well, obviously, they're going to be bound in chains, spiritually speaking, they're going to be bound in chains, but up until the end of the 1,000-year reign of Yahusha and all of us that's in the kingdom, everyone that makes it to salvation or whatever. Because there's going to be a kingdom reign here on earth for 1,000 years, and then after that, Satan, the fallen messengers, will be loosed again for a short period of time, and then after that, that's when they'll be destroyed completely. And yeah, so I wanted to read to you what the book of Enoch actually talks about when it comes to the punishment of the messengers and the demons and Satan, or what's going to happen, at the end of the 1,000-year millennial reign, before the new heaven and the new earth will be created for eternity. All right, so this is going to be really great. And I am excited to share with you all about this because, the book of Enoch has very important information that you all need to know in this generation, because this is literally the last generation that we're living in. All right. Now, I'm just looking at my notes real quick. So I'm going to start out in Enoch chapter 11. So I'm going to read from chapter 11 to chapter 16. So I'm going to read those. Some of these chapters are tiny, like a couple verses long. Like, chapter 11 was only 2 verses. But yeah, I'm just going to read from chapter 11 to chapter 16. Well, to the end of chapter 16. So I'm going to read that right now. And in those days I will open and store the store chambers of blessings which are in the heavens, as to send them down upon the earth over the work and labor of the children of men. And truth and peace shall be associated together throughout all the days of the world and throughout all the generations. But these matters Enoch was hidden, and none of the children where he was hidden, where he abode, and what had become of him. And his activities had to do with the watchers, or the fallen messengers, in other words, are also called watchers. And in his days were with the set apart ones. And I, Enoch, bless Yahuwah of majesty and the sovereign of the ages, and see, the watchers called me Enoch the scribe, and said to me, Enoch, you scribe of righteousness, go and declare to the watchers of the heavens, who have left the high heavens, the set apart eternal place, and have defiled themselves with women, and have done as the children of the earth do, and have taken unto themselves wives. You have wrought a great destruction on the earth, and you shall have no peace nor forgiveness of sin, and inasmuch as they delight themselves in their children, the murder of their beloved ones shall they see, and over the destruction of their children shall they lament, and shall make a supplication unto eternity, but compassion and peace shall you not attain. And I wanted to take a side note real quick. what happened was, if you were to look at the previous video that I uploaded in detail of what exactly happened before the flood of Noah, in that video I exposed like what really happened and what went on before the flood. Basically, the flood was a punishment of all the evil that was going on throughout all the earth. What happened with the fallen messengers? In summary, the fallen messengers, they lusted after human women, and they literally had sex with the human women and bore the hybrids. You know, they literally, like, the human women got pregnant by those fallen messengers, and then they just bore these hybrid giants that were roaming the earth and destroying the earth like crazy and eating up everything because of their big appetite. But yeah, those giants are actually hybrids. So yeah, you know, as you know, it's the last verse I was reading is talking about, you know, they're gonna see their beloved ones and the destruction of their children. So the fallen messengers, one of their judgments is that they had to look upon the destruction of their children, which were the hybrids. And of course, it's sad for anyone to see the destruction of their children, but that was one of their punishments that I just read in the previous verse. Now I'm in chapter 13, and Enoch went and said, Azazel, who was actually one of the main fallen messengers that taught witchcraft to humans, you shall have no peace. A severe sentence has gone forth against you to put you in bonds, and you shall not have toleration nor request granted to you because of the unrighteousness which you have taught, because all the works of the wicked and unrighteousness and sin which you have shown to men. Then I went and spoke to them all together, and they were all afraid, and fear and trembling seized them. And they pleaded with me to draw up a petition for them, that they might find forgiveness, to read their petition in the presence of Yahuwah of the heavens. For from there on they could not speak nor lift up their eyes to the heavens, for shame for their sins for which they had been condemned. For I wrote out their petition and prayer in regards to their spirits and their deeds individually, and in regards to their requests, they should have forgiveness and length. And I went off and sat down at the waters of Dan and the lands of Dan and southwest of Hermon, and I read their petition until I fell asleep. And see, a dream came unto me, and visions fell upon me, and I saw visions of rebuke, and a voice came bidding to tell it to the sons of the heavens and reprimand them. And then I awoke and came unto them, and they were all sitting gathered together, weeping in Asbelsalel, which is between Lebanon and Sinister, and their faces covered. And I recounted before them all the visions which I had seen in sleep, and I began to speak the words of righteousness to reprimand the watchers of the heavens. So yeah, basically what happened was these fallen messengers, they literally had a petition, and they asked Enoch to take the petition to Yahuwah, because the fallen messengers, they wanted Yahuwah to forgive them for their sins. Now, Enoch just had a dream, which was an answer of Yahuwah to Enoch of what Enoch should tell the messengers, and if he was going to accept or reject their petition. Now, I'm going to continue reading because this is getting interesting. And now it's on chapter 14. And yeah, I was going to read unto, the ending of chapter 16. And the books of the words of righteousness and of the reprimand of the eternal watchers, in accordance with the command of the Kadosh Great One in that vision. I saw in my sleep that I will now say with the tongue of flesh and with the breath of my mouth with the Great One, has given to men to converse with and understand with us. And he has created and given to man the power of understanding and the word of wisdom. So he created me also and given me the power of reprimanding the watchers and the children of the heavens. And I wrote out your petition, and in my vision it appeared thus, that your petition will not be granted unto you throughout all the days of eternity. And the judgment has been finally passed upon you, even so will not be granted unto you. See, Yahuwah rejected the petitions of their wanting Yahuwah to forgive them for their sins. Now, there's a reason Yahuwah rejected it, by the way, because Yahuwah, he knows the hearts and the insides of everyone and every spirit. So I'm pretty sure that if Yahuwah would have accepted it, they probably would have rebelled all over again and did all evil all over again, because Yahuwah knew that they had evil intentions and that they would never repent anyways. So that is a reason that they are not forgiven, because Yahuwah will not forgive the ones that will not repent. Now I'm going to continue reading. And from here on you shall not ascend to the heavens unto all eternity, and bonds of the earth and decree has gone forth to bind you all the days of the world. So what happened is all the spirits of the fallen messengers and demons are going to be trapped on earth, and they cannot go up to the heavens. That's what happened. No wonder why the earth is kind of influenced right now, because they're still on earth, by the way. All right, so from and previously you have seen the destruction of your beloved sons, and you shall have no pleasure in them, and they shall fall before you by the sword. And your petition on their behalf shall not be granted, nor yet on your own, even though you weep and pray and speak all the words contained in the writing which I have written. And the vision was shown to me thus. See, in the vision clouds invited me, and a mist surmounted me, and the course of the stars and the lightning sped and hastened me, and the winds in the vision caused me to fly and lifted me upward and carried me into the heavens. And I went in till I draw near to a wall which is built of crystals and surrounded by tongues of fire, and it began to terrorize me. And I went into the tongue of the mosaic of crystals, and its groundwork was of crystal. Its ceiling was like a path of the stars and the lightnings, and between them was a fiery cherubim, and their heavens was as water. A flaming fire surrounded the walls, and its portals blazed with fire. And I entered into that house, and it was hot as fire and cold as ice. And there were no delights of life therein. Fear covered me, and trembling took hold of me. And as I quaked and trembled and fell upon my face, I saw a vision, and see, there was a second house greater than the former, and the entire portal stood open before me, and it was built of flame fire. And in every respect it so excelled in the splendor and magnificence and extent I cannot describe to you its splendor and its extent. And its floor was of fire, and above it were lightning, and the path of the stars, and its ceiling was also a flaming fire. And I looked and saw therein a high throne, as appearance as crystal, and the wheels thereof as the shining sun. And there was the vision of the cherubim, and underneath the throne came streams of flaming fire, so that I could not look upon it. And the great esteem sat upon it, and his garments shone more brightly than the sun, and were whiter than any snow. None of the messengers could enter and look upon his face because of the magnificence and esteem, and no flesh could look upon him. The flaming fire was round about him, and a great fire stood round before him, and none around could draw near him. 10,000 times 10,000 before him, yet he needed no counselor. And most set apart ones who were near to him did not leave by night, nor depart from him. Until then I had been prostrate on my face, trembling. And Yahuwah called me with his own mouth and said to me, Come here, Enoch, and hear my word. And one of the set apart ones came to me and woke me, and he made me rise up and approach the door, and I bowed my face downwards. Chapter 15. And he answered and said to me, I heard his voice, Fear not, Enoch, you righteous man, and scribe of righteousness. Approach here and hear my voice, and go and say to the watchers of the heavens and who have sent you to intercede for them. You should intercede for men and not men for you. Why have you left the high, set apart, eternal heavens and lain with women and defiled yourselves with the daughters of men and taken to yourselves wives and done like the children of the earth and begotten giants as sons? And though you were set apart, spiritual, and living the eternal life, you have defiled yourselves with the blood of women and have brought forth with the blood of flesh, and as the children of men have lusted after flesh and blood, and those also do who die and perish. Therefore have I given them wives, and they also that they might impregnate them and bring forth children by them, that thus none may be lacking to them on earth. But you were formerly spiritual, living the eternal life and immortal for all generations of the world. And therefore I have not appointed wives for you, for as for the spiritual one, the heavens, in the heavens is their dwelling. And now the giants who are produced from the spirits and flesh shall be called evil spirits upon the earth, and on the earth shall be their dwelling. Evil spirits have proceeded from their bodies, because they are born from men, and from the set apart watchers is their beginning and primal origin. And they shall be evil spirits on the earth, and the evil spirits shall they be called. And as for the spirits of the heavens, in the heavens shall be their dwelling. But as for the spirits of the earth, which were born upon the earth, on the earth shall be their dwelling. And the spirits of the giants afflict, oppress, destroy, attack, do battle, work destruction on the earth, and cause trouble. And they take no food, but nevertheless hunger and thirst, and cause offenses. And these spirits shall rise up against the children of men and against the women, because they have proceeded from them. That was chapter 15 so far. I want to take a side note real quick. You notice, what I just read? Those are demons. Demons, as I just read, are actually the souls of the hybrid giants that dwelt upon the earth. Or hybrid giants is also referred to as Nephilim. So demons are actually the souls of the dead hybrids that exist, those hybrid giants, those Nephilim. That is what demons are. That's why you can't see them, and they're invisible to our eyes because they're spiritual, you can't see them. So their souls are still roaming around the earth, like it says in here, that it's continue to afflict and destroy and attack and do battle and work destruction on the earth. And anyways, now I want to read chapter 16. From the days of the slaughter and destruction and death of the giants, and from beings of whose flesh the spirits having gone forth shall destroy without incurring judgment. Thus they shall destroy until the day of the complete end. So yeah, it's predestined that the demons will keep destroying people, over and over until the complete end, the judgment day. Anyways, in which the age shall be ended over the watchers and the wicked, even those shall be completely ended. And now, as to the watchers who have sent you to intercede for them, who had been previously in the heavens, say to them, you have been in the heavens, but all the mysteries had not yet been revealed to you, and you knew worthless matters. These in the hardness of your hearts you have made known to the women. Through those mysteries, women and men work much evil on earth. Say to them, therefore, you have no peace. So that is chapter 16. Now, I also wanted to read chapter 19 real quick, because this is actually proof that the hybrid souls are actually demons, just another proof besides what I read in chapter 15. So here we go. And Uriel said to me, here shall stand the messengers who have connected themselves with women, and their spirits, assuming many different forms, are defiling mankind, and shall lead them astray into sacrificing to demons as mighty ones till the day of the great judgment, in which they shall be rightly ruled until they are made an end of. And the women also of the messengers who went astray shall become demons. So yes, women also that the messengers had sex with, the souls of them also become demons on top of the hybrid souls. So it's the souls of the hybrids and the souls of the dead women that or the ones that had sex with the fallen messengers. And I, Enoch, alone saw the vision and the end of all these matters, and no man shall see as I have seen. So that is proof that the demons are both, just one more time, just both the souls of the hybrids and the souls of the women that had sex with fallen messengers. Those are considered demons. Shocking. Now you all know in this video, now you all know what the demons actually are and who they are in the first place. Now, I'm going to read, also I wanted to read chapters 54 through 56. It talks more in detail about the judgment of the fallen messengers. And I looked and turned to another part of the earth, and there a deep valley with burning fire. And they brought the sovereigns and the mighty and began to cast them into this deep valley. And there my eyes saw how they made these their instruments, iron chains, immeasurable weight. And I asked the messenger who went with me, saying, for whom are these chains being prepared? And he said unto me, these are being prepared for the host of Azazel, and they make them and cast them into the abyss of the complete condemnation, and they shall cover their jaws with rough stones, as Yahuwah of hosts commanded. And Michael and Gabriel and Raphael and Paniel shall take hold of them on that great day, and cast them on that day into the burning furnace, that Yahuwah of hosts may take vengeance on them for their unrighteousness in becoming subject to Satan and leading astray those who dwell on the earth. And in those days punishment shall come from Yahuwah of hosts, and he will open all the chambers of the water which are above the heavens, and of the fountains which are beneath the earth. And all the waters shall be joined with the waters. That which is above the heavens is the masculine, and the waters that is beneath the earth is feminine. That's interesting. The waters above the firmament is masculine. The waters below the firmament, all the waters here on earth, is feminine. Just had to repeat that again. It's another new interesting fact about water and the sky and the You see, that's why the sky is blue, because water's above the firmament. Alrighty. And they shall destroy all who dwell on the earth, and those who dwell under the ends of the heavens. And when they have recognized their unrighteousness, when they have wrought on the earth, then these shall they perish. And after that, the head of days repented and said, in vain I have destroyed all the who dwell on the earth. And he swore by his great name, and from now on I'll not do so until to all who dwell in the earth, will not do so until I place a sign in the heavens, and this shall be a pledge of good trust between me and them forever, so long as the heavens is above the earth, and this is in accordance with my command. And when I have desired to take hold of them by the hands of the messengers on the day of tribulation and pain, because of this, I will cause my chastisement and my place to abide upon the chatter. Yahuwah of hosts, you mighty sovereigns who dwell on the earth, you shall have to look upon my elect one, or Yahusha the Messiah, in other words, and how he sits on the throne of esteem and judges Azazel and all his associates and all his hosts in the name of Yahuwah of hosts. And I saw there the hosts of messengers of punishment going, and they held scourges and chains of iron and bronze. And I asked the messenger of peace who went with me, saying, To whom are these to whom are these who hold the scourges going? And he said unto me, To their elect and beloved ones, that they may be cast into the chasm of the abyss of the valley. And then that valley shall be filled with their elect and beloved, and that the days of their life shall be at an end, and the days of their leading astray shall not be reckoned thereafter. And in those days the messengers shall return and hurl themselves to the east upon the Parthians and the Madites, and shall stir up the sovereigns, so that a spirit of unrest shall come upon them, and they shall rouse them from their thrones, and they may break forth as lions from their lairs, and as hungry wolves from among their flocks. And they shall go up and tread underfoot the land of his elect ones. But the city of my righteous shall be a hindrance to their horses, and they shall begin to fight amongst themselves, and their right hand shall be strong against themselves, and a man shall not know his brother, nor his son, his father, or his mother, till there be no number of corpses through their slaughter, and their punishment be not in vain. And in those days the grave shall be opened in its jaws, and it shall be swallowed up therein, and their destruction shall be at an end, and their grave shall devour the sinners and the presence of the elect. Okay, it was kind of talking about, the people that are not going to make it too, on top of the judgment of the messengers. Now, another chapter I was going to read. I was also going to read chapter 68 and 69 of the book of Enoch. And it also describes more of the judgment of the fallen messengers. This is also, interesting too. So yeah, now I'm going to read chapter 68, 69. And after that, my grandfather Enoch gave me the teaching of all the secrets in the book of the parables which have been given to him, and he put together for me in the words of the books of the parables. And on that day Michael answered Raphael and said, The power of the Spirit transports and makes me tremble, because of the severity of the judgment of the secrets, that judgment of the messengers. Who can endure the severe judgment which have been executed, and before which they melt away? And Michael answered again and said to Raphael, Who is he? Who is here is not who is and whose kids are not troubled by this word of judgment gone forth upon them, because of those who have thus led them out. And it came to be, when he stood before Yahuwah of hosts, Michael said thus to Raphael, I will not take their part under the eye of Yahuwah, for Yahuwah of hosts have been angry with them, because they do as if they were Yahuwah. The fallen messengers do as they were Yahuwah. Like literally, they wanted to be Yahuwah, literally. Anyways, therefore all that is hidden shall come upon them forever and ever. For neither messenger nor man shall have his portion, but alone they have received their judgment forever and ever. And after this judgment they shall terrify and make them tremble, because they have sown this to those who dwell on the earth. And see the names of those messengers, and these are their names. And this is going to be listing the fallen messengers, the ones that were the leaders and getting judged harshly. The first of them is Shemayatza, the second is Artakifa, and the third is Armin, the fourth is Kokabil, the fifth is Tiriel, the sixth is Romeo, the seventh is Daniel, the eighth is Nekiel, the ninth is Barakel, the 10th is Azazel, the 11th is Amaros, the 12th is Batarol, the 13th is Busasal, 14th is Hananel, the 15th is Teriel, the 16th is Semispisuel, the 17th is Yetzirel, and the 18th is Tumael, and the 19th is Susarel, and the 20th is Ramiel, the 21st is Azazel. Okay, I pronounce the names the best of my ability, even though I'm not perfect in pronouncing these type of names like that, but that was the best I could do in pronunciation. All right, continuing on. And these are the chiefs of their messengers and their names, and their chief ones over hundreds and over 50s and over 10s. And the names of the first, Yequin, that is the one who led astray the sons of Yahuwah and brought them down to the earth and led them astray through the daughters of men. The second was named Asabiel. He imparted to set apart sons of Yahuwah evil counsel and led them astray, so that they defiled their bodies with the daughters of men. The third was named Gadriel, and Gadriel, that was actually Satan right there. And it is he who showed the children of men in all the smitings of death, and he had led astray Eve, or Hua is her name in Hebrew, but he has led her astray, and he has showed the shield and the coat of mail and the sword of battle and all the weapons of death to the children of men. And from his hand they have proceeded against those who dwell on the earth from that day and for eternity. Yeah, that last verse I just read, that's exactly what Satan's doing. He's been proceeding against those who dwell on there from that day to eternity, using the demons to afflict us and all that stuff. All right, here we go. Another one. The fourth was named Hanamiel. He taught children of men the bitter and the sweet, and he taught them all the secrets of their wisdom. He instructed mankind in writing with ink and paper, and thereby many sinned from everlasting to everlasting until this day. For men were not created for such a purpose, to give confirmation to their good belief with pen and ink. Wow, we were not created to give confirmation to their good belief with pen and ink. For men were created exactly like the messengers, to the intent that they should continue pure and righteous, and death, which destroys all matters, could not have been taken hold of them. But through their knowledge they are perishing, and through this power it is consuming me. And the fifth was named Kasdia, and that is he who has showed the children of men all the wicked smiting spirits and demons, and the smiting of the embryo in the womb. Oh, he literally showed us what abortion is. Abortion was literally came from that fallen messenger. Just had to tell you that. and that they may pass away, and the bites of the serpents, and the smiting which befalls through the noontime heat, and the son of the serpent named Tebet. This is the task of Casbiel, the chief of the oath which he showed to the messengers, which he dwelt high above the in esteem, and its name is Bicah. This one requested Michael to show him the hidden name, that he might pronounce it in the oaths, so that those might quake before that name, and the oath who was revealed in all that was in secret to the children of men. This is the power of this oath that is powerful and strong, and he placed this oath, Achiel, in the hand of Michael, and that these are the secrets of his oath, and they are strong through his oath. And the heavens was suspended before the world was created, and forever. And through it the earth was founded upon the water, and from the secret recesses of the mountains came pleasant waters from the creation of the world and unto forever. And through the oath the sea was created, and its foundation he appointed for it the sand against the time of anger, and it dare not pass beyond it from the creation of the world unto forever. And through that the oath are the depths made firm, and endure not, and do not move from their place from everlasting to everlasting. And through that oath the sun and the moon complete their course, and deviated not from their ordinance from everlasting to everlasting. And through that oath the stars complete their course, and he calls them by their names, and they answer him from everlasting to everlasting. And in the same ways the spirits of the water and of the winds, and all the breezes, and all the paths from all the quarters of the winds. And there are preserved the voices of the thunder, and the light, and the lightnings, and there are preserved in the chambers of the hail, and the chambers of the hoarfrost, and the chambers of the mist, chambers of the rain and dew. And all these believe and give thanks before Yahuwah of hosts, and esteem him with all their power, and their food is in every act of thanksgiving, and they thank and esteem and exalt the name of Yahuwah of hosts forever and ever. And this oath is mighty over them, and through it they are preserved, and their paths are preserved, and their course is not destroyed. And there was great joy amongst them, and they blessed and esteemed and exalted, because of the name of the Son of Man have been revealed unto them. And he sat on the throne of his esteem, and the sum of judgment was given unto the Son of Man. And he has caused the sinners to pass away and be destroyed off from the face of the earth, and those who have been led the world astray. With a chain shall they be bound, and in their assemblance place of destruction shall be imprisoned, and all their works banished from the face of the earth. From herein they shall be mere corruptible, for the Son of Man, or Yahusha, in other words, Yahusha the Messiah, has appeared and seated himself on the throne of his esteem, and all evil shall pass away before his face, and the word of the Son of Man shall go forth and be strong before Yahuwah of hosts. This is the third parable of Enoch. All right, let me see. That is basically it for what I was gonna read regarding the judgment for the fallen messengers and demons. And now you know who the demons are too on top of that. So that's a really good thing. You know that now too. So yeah, I just had to tell you that. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. Hope you enjoy this video. You know, let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Yeah, shalom to everyone, and yeah, and have a wonderful day and a wonderful time.